Next week, right here on Left Coast Sports with John Schaefer.
This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Yo, great friends. What's going on? Today is Tuesday. It is April 5th. Last night, obviously, the national championship of college basketball. Kansas wins it. And what a great game. What an amazing comeback. To be down by 16 points at half and then to come fire back in the second half and only be down by like 5 to 7 points with about 15 minutes to go. What a game. What a battle. Very entertaining last night. But even though that was the national championship of college basketball last night, to me, Tuesday, today, and probably not just today, but I'm guessing for the remainder of the week, even a week where it's baseball's opening day, I really believe that the story of the day and the week is today and will be all week long. Tiger Woods' return to the Masters. We're going to get there in 1 second. It's Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. We welcome you back inside the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. And today's broadcast is being brought to us by Manscaped. Manscaped.com. How's that? That sounded so like TV. It's brought to you by Manscaped. I should do it like the guy from ESPN. You know, Sports Center is being brought to you by Manscaped. Like that guy's voice cracks me up, you know? So
how did he get the voiceover job?
It's a good question. I mean, like somebody heard his voice and went, Love it. I don't know why, but I like that guy. I like that voice, you know? Right. So today,
brought to you by Manscaped.
Right, and that's what he says. He goes, this segment of Sports Center is being brought to you by Coors Light, the official beer. Right. So here it goes. Today's episode of Kaplan and Crew is being brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped.com. All you have to do is go to their website, manscaped.com. You type in great friends at checkout. You'll save 20% and free shipping. I recommend getting all of these products right now. Shampoo and conditioner, phenomenal. This one right here, body wash, great. I love the body spray. Alex was talking earlier about the lip balm. I love the deodorant. It all comes in one big package, man. Shampoo, conditioner, body wash, body spray, deodorant, lip balm. You got it all in one package.
Hey.
Oh, what?
Oh.
Yeah, you got it all. Manscaped.com. Use our promo code GreatFriends. We appreciate everybody supporting our sponsors because when you buy from them, they give credit to us. They continue to buy on the show, and everybody's happy. It's a win-win-win for everybody. All right, guys, the story of the week, I think. Tell me if you agree or disagree.
Disagree.
Okay. I think Tiger Woods, the fact that he was injured in a car accident that people at the time thought was life-threatening, injured to the point where there was talk at one point about him potentially losing his leg. The fact that he has not played on the PGA Tour since, other than that small little event that he played with his son. And Tiger Woods is going to make his return at the Masters. And you'll have to check me on this. I don't know the exact timing, but this is like, what was the year that he won his first Masters? Was it 97 or 8? Something like that. So this is, I believe, the 25th anniversary.
1997.
Okay, so perfect. I've got this right. Browner, actually, I've got something right today.
Well, you know, every garbage can gets a steak.
I was thinking every squirrel gets a nut.
Yeah,
So
broken
move your
clock's right
butt.
twice a day.
Wait, what happens twice a day?
A broken clock's right twice a day.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't know about the garbage getting a steak. I've not heard that phrase before.
You're welcome. See, I'm enriching y'all.
Well, those of us feel enriched. I can tell you that right now.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. 25 years later, Tiger Woods is going to play at the Masters. And it's the 25-year anniversary of Tiger Woods winning his first Masters in 1997. Are you kidding me? This is the story of the week. Now, Alex, you say you disagree. Why so? I'm curious.
I would say yes, it is the story of the week right now. But to say it's the story of the week through the end of the week with baseball season coming up, I don't think so. It just depends on how he does. You know, I would say that if he misses the cut, it's all forgotten by Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
If he plays awful on Thursday, I would say people start feeling bad for him on Friday, and then we move on. I think locally, I think my brain kind of gets wired that way a little bit, thinking about locally. I think more people care about opening day than they care about Tiger Woods.
I think you're right. I think more local San Diego sports fans are more interested in the Padres opening day than they are in Tiger Woods because the Padres are their team and baseball season, got backed up a little bit. And Padre fans in particular are stoked on the roster. And,
And I also not just, I mean, here, yeah, I said locally, meaning San Diego, but mega market locally. I think there's a lot of intrigue to see what Trout and Otani healthy can do together. And I would say there's incredible intrigue to see what this Dodgers roster, how many runs they're going to score a game. I think that in Southern California, baseball is going to have a massive year, massive, massive year.
I agree. I think all the teams you just mentioned, the Dodger Padre rivalry, so the National League West, and I actually think that I'm planning on going this summer to a couple of Angel games. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to take the train from Solana Beach. I'm going to get off at Angel Stadium.
You're not going to go bussing?
No, I'm not bussing. I am training.
Got it.
You see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when my son comes home from college and he'll be here for the summer, like I'm going to be like, dude, you want to go see Otani pitch? And he's going to be like, hell to the yeah. And it's the kind of thing that will inspire me to go to an Angel game or two this summer. I think. Hold me to that. Let's see if it actually happens.
Sure.
You're right. Baseball's opening day is a much bigger deal, I think, in each local market.
Right.
But it is just game one of 162. Whereas Tiger Woods coming back to the Masters, if this were Tiger Woods coming back to the Farmers Insurance Open, I'd be like, it's a story. And locally, we're psyched about it. And the people who put on the event are really happy about it. And the fans are going to come out and support it because they want to see Tiger play. But Tiger Woods going to the Masters to me is next level stuff.
I heard someone say on TV, the only reason Tiger's coming back right now, it's the Masters. He doesn't come back for anything else right now. He's just not physically 100% as much as he can still hit the ball far and be a good golfer. I would say he's not going to put his body through this for the Genesis Open.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. The Genesis Open.
I think it's his turn.
The car he sponsored.
Yeah. So I would say you're 100% right. This is the Masters. This is Tiger Woods. And I will also say this. There's 3 of us on this show. 2 of us weren't watching. 3 of us probably are now on Thursday.
Well, yeah. And the other thing is, just to add on to what you're saying, if this were the 23rd anniversary of Tiger Woods' first win at the Masters, he may not be so inclined to hustle up and want to play. I think there's something about this being the 25-year anniversary of Tiger Woods' first win. And I think I've got all the math right. I mean, he won in 97. This is 22. So I think this is the 25th year anniversary of Tiger Woods' first victory at Augusta, which, by the way, when people have this phrase, they go, gosh, I'm getting old. Can you believe how long ago that was? This is one of those moments where I'm like, holy crap, man. Tiger Woods won his first Masters in 1997, and it's 2022. And think about what has happened in Tiger Woods' life between then and now in the last 25 years. And most recently, the car accident, the leg, the rehab, the off your feet for months, et cetera, to make this kind of comeback in the 25th anniversary of your first Masters championship. To me, I just think it's monstrous. I think it's a huge story. Now, I think you're right. If on Friday he stinks and he doesn't make the cut, people are forgetting about it. And the Masters coverage will be like, it'll go in the tank, comparatively speaking, to if Tiger Woods makes the cut, the ratings on Saturday will be through the roof because people will want to watch Tiger. Yeah. If Tiger Woods is even remotely in contention, let's say the leader is at -7 and going into the final day, Tiger's at even, people like me are going to be like, he can do it.
He can do it.
He can do it, man.
Yeah.
All he needs is the guy who's leading to have a couple double bogeys and come down to 4 under, 3 under, and Tiger's at even. All he needs are a few birdies along the way. Tiger can do it, man. Like, that's the way I feel.
The first day is Thursday, yeah?
Yeah,
and so it's opening day. I don't think that I don't think the Masters will beat any market where baseball is played that they will have an opening day there. I just don't. I don't think even. I
Well,
just don't think that they're going to beat open. Now they might beat the second day, but they're not going to beat the first day
I
because
don't. I
golf
also
is
don't.
4 days.
I don't think that they're directly competing with eyeballs either, because Tiger Woods tees off at 7:30 in the morning.
Right. And baseball games are going to start at, daytime games will be whatever it is, noon or whatever,
Yeah,
and then there'll be night games.
dude. How about so the groups came out or tee times came out.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger Woods is golfing with Louis Oosthuizen.
Louis Oosthuizen.
What's that?
He's a
Is it a person?
South African golfer.
Mm-hmm.
And how about this?
Yeah.
Joaquin Neiman,
Phoenix?
who's
Joaquin who?
Neiman.
Mm-hmm.
He's 23 years
The
old,
Neiman Brothers?
23 years old.
Santiago, Chile,
Mhm.
and he just won the Genesis Invitational.
Oh my God, no way.
Yeah, I didn't know
that.
That's awesome.
I didn't know that either.
But you imagine, I don't know if you guys saw this picture of his practice round yesterday. This is a practice round.
Yes, for those of you that are listening on radio, Alex is putting up on the screen, and I've seen a lot of these photos. Tiger is teeing off, right? And dude, you would think it's the 18th tee box on Sunday with Tiger in the lead.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I mean, it would seem to me that every human being who is on Augusta National's golf course as a spectator, that everybody there was watching Tiger.
Why would you be anywhere else?
Right.
Why would you be anywhere else if you were there? I
If you
imagine
came here for that purpose.
I imagine his groups will be the big. Obviously, they always are the biggest groups that are followed, and I don't really know what the broadcast schedule looks like. The first 2 days are always weird. Like some of it's on ESPN, some of it's on Golf Network, some of it is this. So I imagine that it's just going to be Tiger wall to wall on Thursday.
Well, that's why I'm saying, to me, even though last night was the national championship of college basketball, okay, today the story is not so much that Kansas won, which is a great story, especially given the comeback. But speaking of comebacks, I mean, Tiger Woods is coming back to Augusta 25 years after his first victory there. But it's not just after that, it's after he almost lost his leg because he was in a near fatal car accident in February of 2021.
Yeah.
So, do you have any of the audio from Tiger at his press conference? Can we hear
Yes.
this and we'll see it? For those of you that are watching on YouTube, watching on television, we'll see it. For those of you listening on radio or audio podcast, you'll hear it. Let's take a listen to what Tiger Woods said.
When will you decide whether for sure you're playing, and what will determine that?
Well, as of right now, I feel like I am going to play. As of right now, I'm going to play 9 more holes tomorrow.
Well, do you think you can win the Masters this week?
I do.
And what have you seen in your preparation that leads you to believe that?
Well, I can hit it just fine, and I don't have any qualms about what I can do physically from a golf standpoint. It's now walking is the hard part.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
Golf cart.
Yeah, I know you mentioned this earlier. Give him the guy a golf cart. But here's the thing. I acknowledge that perhaps this is naive, and sometimes when it comes to certain sports things, I am naive. Okay, I admit this, and maybe it's like it's just a thing where if Tiger Woods plays golf, I think he's there to win. If LeBron James puts on a basketball uniform and goes on a basketball floor, I think he's there to win a championship. I've told this story a million times. When Mike Tyson's skills were eroding and he was no longer who he was in the early days of his career, I'd still say every single time he walked in the ring, I expect him to knock somebody's head off. Jim Lampley used to clown me all the time. He'd say, "You clearly do not understand boxing." I'm like, "What are you talking about? That's Mike Tyson. That's the baddest man on the planet. He's going to get into the ring and he's going to intimidate somebody into falling down." He's like, no, that was Mike Tyson. That's not currently Mike Tyson. Now, Tiger Woods, when you hear him say that, if the question was, "Hey, do you really think you can win this thing?" And he was like, "Look, here's the reality. It's not about winning for me. It really isn't. It's just about getting out there and feeling good and trying to get my body back together, get my mind right."
Dude, that's what I think.
But I don't think he's wired that way. I think he's wired in a way that says, I've done the prep work. My body feels good. I can hit the ball. My problem is the walking, the wear and tear on my leg. That's going to be the biggest issue for me. But in terms of hitting the ball, having the right mentality, preparing myself to play this course, I think I can win. I love that he says that. And I actually believe him.
I mean, ironically, I expect him to say that, but then when he doesn't win, I expect him to sound more of the tune of, it just felt good to be out there. It felt good to prove that I can still compete at this level. A guy who's won that much, you wouldn't go out there if you didn't think you could win. But I think once he doesn't win, like if he struggles or if he even makes the cut, I think that'll be a win.
I would say it's way more likely that we get a press conference after the late round on Friday, and he's like, I just wasn't ready. It just was. I thought I was,
walk.
and I just wasn't. I
Yeah.
think that's way more likely than I won the thing.
I posted a question this morning on Sided. And Alex, you may be able to bring it up. I'm kind of throwing you a curveball here. But I posted a question on Sided this morning because here's how I feel. I feel like if Tiger Woods is at the Masters and he's playing, he's not just some ambassador, but he's actually there to play. I believe Tiger Woods is there to win. And I just heard him say it. I think I can win. Now, he may be lying to himself. He may be talking himself into this. He may not really, truly, honestly believe it. But I don't believe that. I believe that he believes that he can win. So here's the question on Sided. If Tiger Woods is going to play the Masters, do you expect him to compete? Answer A is yes. If Tiger plays, he has a chance to win. Answer B is no. If Tiger plays, it's not about winning. Alex, go ahead and vote. Let's see. I mean, it's early. I just posted it a little while ago. Right now, yes, 67% of people say yes. If Tiger Woods plays, he has a chance to win.
I think we all want him to have a chance to win. That's what I think. We want him to have a chance to win. Do we really think that he's going to win this thing? No. He does have not terrible odds, by the way. Like, I'll pull him up, but the odds are not.
You probably couldn't
totally
even name some of these people if they showed up on this show right now, they called in, they showed up on the screen, we wouldn't know who they were if they put their names in there. So yeah, he's going to be favored over some of those dudes. But the guys who you can recognize, like the guy who just won the Genesis Open, he probably got better odds than Tiger Woods.
I don't know. I mean, Alex, are you pulling up on the screen odds right now? This is how Vegas looks at the Masters.
Yeah.
I'll say Tiger. I'll take a guess before you put it up. I'll take a guess. Like Tiger's got to be 12-1.
Oh, here's your. It just says plus.
Okay.
Your favorite is John Rahm, plus 1,000. So you can go off that.
Okay. Okay.
So,
so then I would say Tiger is probably plus 3,000.
Plus 3,000?
I think that what that means is you bet $1 to win 3,000. I think I got to learn more about the wagering world.
I don't know either,
especially in golf.
All right. So Tiger Woods, if I remember correctly, plus 5,000. So
okay,
that's not bad, man. I mean, there's a lot of guys below him, guys that you've heard of.
That's what I'm saying. Easy.
Guys
Sergio Garcia,
Bubba Watson,
Patrick Reed, Sergio Garcia,
Justin Rose,
Max Homa, Webb Simpson, guys that are actually playing.
Go up above Tiger Woods though. Who the odds above Tiger Woods if he's plus 5,000?
Bryson DeChambeau,
Louis Oosthuizen,
Xander Schauffele.
See Rory McIlroy at plus 1,800, Brooks Koepka at plus 2,000,
Spieth plus 2,000.
Yeah.
Dustin
Johnson plus 1,600.
Okay.
Well, there you go. All right, very good.
Interesting.
Very good. Listen, to me, I will say this. Baseball's got 162 games. The opening game is not as romantic to me, particularly when it's not at home. Now,
I would say
opening
day, if the Masters landed on week 2 of baseball, I would 100% agree with you. But opening day, we watch it and we determine what kind of season we're having after that.
After one game.
Game one.
Winning
or you ain't.
No, you and me aren't. You and me are not, Alex.
No, I can determine what kind of season we're going to have, but I won't get excited about it.
We're not getting excited.
I said it. 60-0.
I hope you Darvish throws a no-hitter.
Yeah.
I hope you Darvish throws a no-hitter.
Me too.
And you just can't come in here.
Because guess what? Joe Musgrove threw a no-hitter last year really early. How'd that work out for everybody?
Again, y'all the ones that ain't listen. We the fans, we gonna love it because we cherish every up and every down, brother. Because the downs make the ups better. Y'all bystanders, y'all go ahead and just act how y'all want to act.
All right, I want to act this way. I want to tell everybody about Mazda of Escondido, MazdaofEscondido.com. Shout out to Alan, the general manager at Mazda of Escondido. Here's me. I walk in a year ago. I say, hey, Alan, I got these 2 used cars. I'm paying way too much for these 2 used cars, but I really need 3 new cars because I got 3 kids. Now, I didn't really want 3 new cars. It just so happens that Mazdas are really affordable, and they made me an amazing deal. So when you walk in with 2 used cars, I had a 2014 GMC Terrain that probably had like 70,000 miles on it, and I had a Cadillac, I don't even remember what model it was, paying way too much. I said, Alan, I want to take these 2 cars, I want to turn them into 3 cars because I got 3 drivers, and I want to keep the payments equal to or lesser than what I'm paying on these 2 used cars. Deal got done that night. MazdaofEscondido.com, on the Escondido Auto Park. So straight up the 15. You can't miss it. Everybody knows the Escondido Auto Park. Alex is showing you right now the Mazda of Escondido website. My son has the CX-5, which he left here. I love it. I'm driving it. My daughters both have these CX-30s, which my dad just bought down in Florida. He loves it. So if you're thinking about affordability, reliability, fuel efficiency, and a great shopping and buying experience, Mazda of Escondido, MazdaofEscondido.com. All right, fellas. So we've talked about the national championship game. We've talked about Tiger Woods. A little bit of Padre talk on the way with Mark Loretta. Are we ready to talk to Mackie Loretta? What do you think?
Let's do it.
I'm not getting a whole lot of response
I
here.
was muted there. Sorry.
Oh, I got you. Mark Loretta, special assistant to the CEO of the Padres, next on Kaplan and Crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studio.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
The Rich Eisen Show airs Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. An engaging blend of insightful football expertise with an offbeat mix of humor and pop culture while continuing to attract the most recognizable names in sports and entertainment. Only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on Your View and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal take on the Oakland Roots SC Wednesday, April 13th at 7 p.m. Support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Oakland Roots SC versus the San Diego Loyal, Wednesday at 7 on Your View.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. Main Street Living covers what's important to you today, from our street to your street. Join Cheryl, Danielle, and Quincy for Main Street Living, Mondays at 9 on Your View.
So I became a dentist because I just love science and I love art. I have a music background, so I wanted to do something that I can use the hand dexterity that I've developed, through my musical training. We've had a practice in San Diego for 25 years. It's called the Super Dentist. For over 2 decades, I've had parents ask me the same questions on a daily basis. And so I decided to put all of this information in one place. I wrote a book. Title of it is If Your Mouth Could Talk. Because if your mouth could talk, it would tell you about the condition of your entire life. Right now, the oral care marketplace is a mess. And so we decided to launch a new company called Supermouth, which is a subscription model of oral care. And so we want to be proactively educating parents, providing the tools and the oral care products to make sure they can raise healthier, happier, more successful kids. The education piece is a key piece in our company, because if you're educated as a parent, you're going to do the right things. People can find my book, If Your Mouth Could Talk, themouthbook.com, and purchase the book there, and also get some special gifts to go along with the book.
You always want to live in the best home possible. And that's what really at the heart of what our business is all about. And for over 20 years now, we've been focused on helping people get to the right property. At Move Up San Diego, we have created systems that are duplicatable, because that creates the same results. Whether it's a trade-in option that we're doing a lot of right now, which allows people to be a cash buyer before they actually sell their home, or our moving concierge program, which actually helps you not just with the buying and selling of a property, but we help with the entire move. The best way to get a hold of Move Up San Diego is to either visit our website, moveupsandiego.com, or you can download our app called Move Up Homes, or you can call me direct on my cell phone at 858-204-7259.
We are very proud to announce that the Mightier 1090 is SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate. Introducing the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. One of the largest radio stations in North America just got bigger and better. Joining forces with the worldwide leader of sports, ESPN. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football. Combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on Your View and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal take on the Oakland Roots SC Wednesday, April 13th at 7 p.m. Support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Oakland Roots SC versus the San Diego Loyal, Wednesday at 7 on Your View.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. Main Street Living covers what's important to you today, from our street to your street. Join Cheryl, Danielle, and Quincy for Main Street Living, Mondays at 9 on Your View.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
San Diego State softball is ranked 25th in the latest D1 softball rankings this week. This is the first time this season that the Aztecs are in the rankings. They're on an 11-game win streak, which is tied for 6th longest in the country. The Aztecs sit at 9-0 in conference play for the first time since starting 13-0 in 2006. SDSU swept Nevada last week for their third straight League Series sweep. It is the first time since the Mountain West transitioned to a 3-game series format in 2012. They have swept 3 straight. Maggie Balint was named Mountain West Pitcher of the Week for the 6th time this season. She pitched in 15 of 21 innings on the weekend and has a 1.31 ERA on the season. SDSU takes on UNLV this weekend in a 3-game set. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Replacing missing teeth with the new small diameter or mini implants. With us, we have an expert on the topic, Dr. Joe Gillespie. Dr. Gillespie.
Hey, Randy.
Welcome to the program.
Great to see you again.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the Mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
All right, great friends. We welcome you back inside the 7 Mile Casino Studios here on Kaplan and Crew. If you are listening to us on the radio on ESPN 1090, happy to have everybody who likes the traditional radio get in your car, turn on the radio. There we are, easy. For those of you that are in our YouTube chat right now and part of our YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and get involved. Somebody sent me a message yesterday and said, I need to start scolding the great friends for not giving us more likes on YouTube, but I'll get into that in a little bit later time in the show. For everybody that's going to catch up to us tonight on television, Channel 4 San Diego, part of the Cox Your View Network, you're going to love the fact that Mark Loretta is going to join us here in a second. And then for everybody who's listening on all the different audio podcast platforms, happy to have everybody along. Mark Loretta, the former great Padres second baseman and now special assistant to the Padres CEO, Mark Loretta, rejoins the Kaplan and Crew show. Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Kaplan and Crew, great to see you. How are you?
We're really good, man. What's going on in your world?
Well, excited for baseball season. Also enjoyed that basketball game last night. I couldn't believe it. I was actually at a Padre event. We welcomed, it was pretty cool. We welcomed a bunch of the new recruits for the Marine Corps. They all come through the USO down at Lindbergh Field. And so we had a little barbecue for them and got to know them a little bit. And so I missed the first half, got home. It was 45-20. Thought that was about it. And then, man, did it turn around fast. What a game.
It was an incredible game. Now, Browner here has a theory. Did you see the young man in the second half, about 5 minutes to go in the game, the kid from North Carolina who threw up on the floor? Did you see that?
I did see that. Was that Puff?
Puff.
Yeah.
I love Puff. Puff
Yeah.
Daddy.
So, Browner, you want to explain to Mark Loretta why this young man was throwing up on the court and get the opinion of a former professional world-class athlete?
So, my opinion is this, Mark. That young man, Puff Johnson, had never played that hard in his life. In addition to being named Puff, if you know what I mean, he had reached the point of exhaustion because he had played too hard, and he never played that long, that hard in the game, and he threw up. He threw up. He couldn't take it. He was out of it.
That's not.
That's not what you said. You
You
misrepresented.
just watered
what you
that
said.
down completely.
Big time.
Listen, we don't have all data for me to re-explain this again.
Mark, what Browner said is the reason the kid threw up is because he's out of shape from smoking weed. That's what he said.
Yes.
Yeah. He smoked so much
So you
weed
think his
that
name,
playing
his
18
name
minutes.
is literal Puff? Puff
Yeah.
Johnson.
They cleaned
was
it up for
calling him,
TV. Yeah, they cleaned it up for TV because they said, oh, when he was a kid, he liked Cocoa Puffs. And then when he threw up on the court, they said, oh, he got hit in the stomach. Listen, these kids got abs. Ain't no punching him in the stomach gonna make him throw up. It's just ridiculous. It's just straight ridiculous.
Mark, any thought or comment here on Browner's theory?
I will say this because he came in the Final Four game. He came in kind of unexpectedly. So as I recall, he's kind of reserved, right? He's not a starter
Right.
originally. So I think there's some credence to him maybe being a little bit overamped, with the adrenaline and maybe not in shape because he doesn't play all the time. But the weed angle, Bronner, I appreciate that, but I think that's pretty conspiracy theorish.
I will gladly put my tinfoil hat on and recommend some places in New Orleans where you could indulge.
I don't know what that means exactly.
My daughter and I were calling the Magic Dragon last night because that's more,
See?
kid friendly.
Puff the Magic Dragon. That's right. That's right.
true.
Mark Loretta is here. Jump in, Alex. Go
I
for
just
it.
wanted so we've seen videos of pitchers lose their guts on the mound before. Did that ever happen when you played? Did you ever see a pitcher just puke from any sort of reason? I'm not gonna throw someone under the bus for being hungover, but those videos I feel like they're frequent where a pitcher just pukes behind the mound.
I never saw that live in a game, but I definitely saw it in the locker room with nerves, pregame. I remember specifically in college, you get these crazy college coaches and they make you wake up at 6 a.m. and run three miles. Well, one time I remember I had a big glass of orange juice before that, one of our 3 mile runs, and that came out all over the track. So it happens. It happens.
Mark Loretta is here. He is now the special assistant to the Padres CEO. Mark, could you just, before we talk about the Padres and the start of the season, what is the job? I mean, what is the special assistant to the CEO?
Yeah, thanks for asking. It's kind of neat. It's really the flip side of what I was doing when I was with the Padres prior, being in baseball operations. This is really the other side of the business side. And I think it's going to be 3 areas, really. There's going to be some business development, some sponsorship, relationship type things. Like we take sponsors on a number of trips during the year to show gratitude, for our big sponsors. And then it's also going to be a big community relations piece. As you know, the Padres are so active in the community. They have 10 organizations that they really specialize in and try to make an impact for. So I'll be involved with all that, working with Tom Seidler on that stuff. And, I'll be around the baseball operations guys, so I know them well, but it's really more of the community business side piece for me this year.
Now, is this
Wait,
exciting
who gets
to
the
you?
next mural?
It's very exciting. I've enjoyed it tremendously. It's interesting to see. It's kind of like there's two lungs in a professional sports franchise, right? You've got the baseball operations side, obviously that's charged with putting the team together, but then obviously you have the business side, because professional sports is a business. In terms of selling tickets, selling sponsorship, figuring out how to price the beer. There's so many things that go into it. That it's really interesting to learn that side of it for me, and really got to know Eric Grupner now over the last 6 months or so. Really impressed with his leadership. Padres are in good hands, man. Leadership wise. So looking
But
forward
as somebody,
to this year.
but as somebody who was in uniform and somebody who was on the bench in uniform as a bench coach, if you could just kind of look into the future and you see over here is the business road and over here is I'm going to call it the baseball road. Do you see yourself going down the business road eventually, or do you think you see yourself back in uniform and going down the baseball road eventually?
It's interesting. Everybody sort of asked me that question, like, what's next? What's your end game? And honestly, I'm just happy to be back involved with the Padres. I like people. It's a people job, no matter what you're doing. I like relationships, and my whole goal of being back with the Padres is just to do whatever I can on as small, an area as it might be, to just help this team be a source of pride for the community. I mean, that's, I live in San Diego, raised 2 kids here, and I think the Padres have this amazing opportunity to capture this city with a great baseball team and be a source of pride, for the city in general.
Very cool. Mark Loretta is the special assistant to the Padres CEO, and he's back on the airwaves. Now, Browner, I heard you jump in there looking to find out from Mark. What were you asking?
Oh, listen, we've had conversations on this show about the murals that go up around town.
Mm-hmm.
So my question was, who's getting the next mural?
Sorry, you broke up on me just a second. My internet was a little shaky there.
Yeah. Who's getting the next mural? As somebody who works directly with the CEO, who's getting the next mural, Mark?
That hadn't been in my jurisdiction as of yet, but there's a lot of candidates, right? I mean, I don't know. Does Cronenworth have one yet? I would put him up there for sure. Maybe Sean Manaea. I love that addition. Who knows?
Hold on.
What do you got? I know you got to take.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, the next person to get a mural, AJ Preller, okay? Because he built this thing. Now he made this trade, got us the best rotation in baseball. It's time to reward that man. Get him a big old mural with like rock star behind it.
All right, let's start there then. Hey, Mark, Browner said yesterday that the addition of Manaea, the left-handed pitcher that came from Oakland, that the Padres now have
And the return of Clevenger.
Well, right. That
Kinda.
the Padres 1 through 5 now have the best rotation, best starting 5 in all of Major League Baseball. We challenged Browner by saying, well, in comparison to who? And he said, it don't matter, because he didn't know anybody else's pitching staff. But what do you think? I mean, how would you rank the Padres starting 5, just in your experience, being around Major League Baseball and having been around the Padre organization for a long time? How do you feel about this starting 5?
There's a couple of different ways to look at it, but I think it's for sure the deepest right now in Major League Baseball. When you've got 6, 7, potentially 8, quality starting pitchers, that's a luxury that not many teams have. And by the way, you can never have enough pitching. I was telling somebody the other day, in 2006 I was with the Red Sox and definitely had World Series aspirations, and we had what they thought was too much pitching. And they traded Bronson Arroyo, who was the 6th starter that year. And boy, did that come back to bite us in the end, because we lost Schilling, we lost a couple guys. So there's never enough starting pitching, no matter what happens. But you can also look at it. I think there are other rotations. If you look at the Mets, for example, that probably have, maybe a little bit more polished or higher caliber 1 and 2 guy. But in terms of having the depth, like I mentioned, I think the Padres are at the top.
All right. Mark Loretta is here this afternoon on Kaplan and Crew. We are in the 7 Mile Casino Studios, and today's broadcast is being brought to us by Manscaped. When you go to manscaped.com, when you check out, you use our promo code Great Friends, you're going to save 20%, and you're also going to get free shipping. Mark, have you ever used Manscaped products by chance?
I haven't. I've manscaped, but I haven't.
Well, here's the shampoo and
TMI.
conditioner product.
No.
Not on this show.
Yeah. This is the shampoo and conditioner product. I would suggest you put it in your shower. This is the body wash product. This is the body spray. These are all and here's the deodorant, Mark. So if you go to manscaped.com and you type in the promo code Great Friends, you'll save 20% and they'll send it to you for free. What do you think about that?
I'm on it.
All right. Hey, so let me get your opinion on Bob Melvin, because we've talked managers over the last few years, Jace Tingler, Andy Green. I'm curious now, I'm going to say a real manager, meaning a real experienced manager, somebody who's been successful in Major League Baseball and who's done it with one of the smallest payrolls in all of Major League Baseball. So what are your impressions of Bob Melvin?
Known Bob for a long time. He was on the coaching staff when I was in Milwaukee, my first team in the big leagues. And I think he's a great guy, almost the perfect guy at the right time for this organization, where you have a team that's expected to contend for a World Series title. You've got a lot of different, personalities on the team. You've got some guys who are hurt now, and I think he's just an unflappable, steady hand that's going to be huge for this organization. I think. You mentioned what AJ's done. I think that may be the best move of the offseason, honestly, because I didn't even think he was available. Nobody really did. But to pry him away from Oakland and to give credit to Billy Beane for letting him go, I think, because he knew that he was going to have to rebuild. So I think it's a win-win for everybody.
All right. Mark Loretta is here, and the Padres will open the baseball season this week. And Mark, if Alex puts up on the screen the projected opening day roster, could we go through it and let's get your opinion on it?
This is AC's projected opening day roster.
Right. Well, I mean, listen, we all know that AC is fed information through the Padres. So, I mean, Mark, no offense, but you know what I'm saying? Like the Padres tell AC what to write, and then he writes it. I mean, that's just my analysis. What do you think about that?
Yeah, you might be right. I don't know.
All right. So you're looking on the screen now, Mark. The rotation. I guess we have Nick Martinez in there because it's been reported that there's going to be Clevenger's going to start on the IL.
Right.
I don't know much about Nick Martinez. You know anything about Nick Martinez?
Really steady pitcher. I mean, I think he slots in as a great number 4 guy. I don't know much about his arsenal, but I know that he's durable. I know he gives you innings. I know he's a guy that, you feel good, going deep in games. That's what I've heard about him. But I think he's probably the odd man out once Clevenger comes back for sure.
Do you think that Mackenzie Gore, just based on how he pitched during the spring training time, do you think Mackenzie Gore will be a major leaguer this year? And just your projection, your opinion.
At some point, I do think so. Yeah, I think either because there's injury or he just forces the hand. I think it was very encouraging to see him have a good spring. He was the can't miss guy out of the draft, and he's had a few bumps in the road. There's no doubt about it. But not everybody's projection is straight up like this. There's a lot of ups and downs, especially when you're coming out of high school, a young kid like that. So, hopefully he's kind of matured and grown, but boy, did he look good in spring training. And if he can, be even close to that in a major league uniform, that's a great, addition to the Padres staff for sure.
Mark, I also feel like the energy around the club is very high. Like you said, bringing in Bob Melvin, making some of these moves when a lot of people felt like moves needed to be made and the Padres are sitting on their hands while other people are signing guys. And Preller's just taking his time, putting the pieces in that he thinks works for this team. Because at the end of the year, they said it wasn't that we didn't have the right roster. Guys got hurt. And I felt the same way. The guys just got hurt. Now you get an innings eater in Martinez. You get an innings eater in Minaya. You get Joe Musgrove. You've got guys who can take the ball every fifth day and deliver for you, keep you in games. Because I think C.J. Abrams is gonna really be a huge part of this offense until Tatis comes back, and then Tatis comes back. I think we the best show in baseball, baby. I'm telling you right now. I'm calling it.
Well, Mark, if you could jump in on C.J. Abrams, what do you think happens with this kid?
I think he makes the team out of spring training. I think because of Tatis's injury, it's going to be a little bit of a juggling act because he's a 21-year-old kid, but boy, does he look the part. I mean, he does not scare off. He's got all the tools, but you want to make sure you don't stunt his development by adding him to the roster and then not playing him enough. So I think that's where a seasoned manager like Bob will do great, because I think they can find enough at bats for him and for Kim and of course Cronenworth will be out there every day. But that's the tricky part. But he's a big leaguer. I mean, just from seeing him in the limited times I have, he just carries himself the right way. He doesn't scare off. Like I said, talking to Bob when I was out in spring training last weekend, he said, I got to have this kid. I got to have him on our team, especially with Tatis down. So I would imagine he makes the team and what a great problem to have if he starts off great and then all of a sudden Tatis comes back and then you've got some interesting decisions to make. But those are good problems to have at that point.
Is it easy, or maybe easy is the wrong word, but is it conceivable to think that a kid who's a shortstop, which means he's probably one of the better athletes on the team, could quickly transition to the outfield because you want him in the daily rotation? You want his bat in the lineup?
That's a good question, Scotty. I do think he could certainly do it physically. I'd be hesitant to have him learn that on the fly, his first taste of the big leagues.
Mhm.
Here's a kid who's probably never played the outfield much. I bet he could do it, but I'd be a little bit hesitant to that. Much like, remember when Fernando was tried out in the outfield, I felt like that was just trying a little too hard. CJ can play a great shortstop, a great second base. I'm not sure I would go down that route.
All right, Mark, let's get to it. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to ask you this, because obviously I know, and we all know, the Padres want to trade Eric Hosmer. It's not breaking news. But let's say they can't. Let's say he's on this team. Like, what do you do with him as far as, if you have to play him every day, you play him every day? And how do you get that in his mind? I mean, it's not only that the Padres want to trade him, it's that from all reports, other teams don't even want to take that contract. So mentally, it's such a huge part of baseball. Like, how do you get him out of that own headspace? Because we saw him snap at a reporter last year when he was being asked about being traded. So what do you do with Hosmer? How do you get him to be the guy he was in Kansas City, the guy we thought we were going to get from the Royals?
Another great question for Bob Melvin. I think, thank God we have a guy like that in there who's been in this situation before with players. Haas is a pro. He understands the business. He's been traded before. He's been a free agent. So I would try and just make him as comfortable as he can in whatever role you decide it's going to be, whether he's playing against righties, whether he's coming off the bench. He doesn't have to be happy about it necessarily, but I think he's enough of a pro and a team guy. Like, he's a great clubhouse guy. He cares about his teammates. He wants to win. He's won before. He's tasted that World Series champagne. So, I'm a guy that doesn't. I wouldn't just unload Haas just for the sake of it. I think he still has some value in certain areas, and it's just unfortunate that a lot of that stuff is leaked out. But this day and age, you can't really keep anything a secret, unfortunately. So this is again where Melvin's going to come in big, in my opinion.
And with the season, it's 2 days away. Last year, I think the Giants surprised everybody in the division, winning it. And obviously the Dodgers are projected to win, 150 games or something like that this year. But just your official prediction of how the NL West will shake out this year.
Well, let me just start by saying that, look at the way the Giants did it. Their former stars, sort of like the Posies and the Belts of the world, came back and had really career type years. So, maybe a guy like Haas or Myers, finds a way to do that. I think it's going down to the wire. I don't think AJ is done dealing. I'd be shocked if this is the exact roster that we'll have either going into opening day or say April 15th or May 1st. There's more in there. I think he's, looking for some offense and some outfield help. And now, with this, perceived pitching depth, I wouldn't trade too much of it, but I think there's deals to be made. It's going to get exciting here in the next week or two, in my opinion.
Hey, Mark, we got 30 seconds to go. We got to talk all season long, man. We got to have you on the show as often as possible. I don't mean to bug you every week, but we got to have you on a lot, man. It's so great to be with you.
Just throw me some manscaping shampoo and I'm good.
Well, I got you a 20% discount and I got you free shipping. I mean, come on.
Boom. No, I love talking to you guys. You guys know what you're talking about, and it's exciting to be a Padre fan. It's a good time to be in San Diego, and it's going to be a good ride, I think.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a lot of fun this year. Hey, Mark, great to see you. Best regards to the family, and I hope everybody's doing well. You're looking great, and we will talk to you as the season goes on. Thank you for this preseason combo, and we'll talk to you real soon. Thanks, Mark.
You got it, guys.
All right, there you go. Mark Loretta. This segment being brought to us by Manscaped. Again, you'll save 20% and you'll get free shipping when you use our promo code GREATFRIENDS. Stick around, everybody.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
1090 just got bigger and better. Please join us in welcoming SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate, the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. NFL, MLB, NBA, live games, the best sports talk programming with the largest signal in all of California. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on Your View and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal take on the Oakland Roots SC Wednesday, April 13th at 7 p.m. Support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Oakland Roots SC versus the San Diego Loyal, Wednesday at 7 on Your View.
Replacing missing teeth with the new small diameter or mini implants. With us, we have an expert on the topic, Dr. Joe Gillespie. Dr. Gillespie.
Hey, Randy.
Welcome to the program.
Great to see you again.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
San Diego State softball is ranked 25th in the latest D1 softball rankings this week. This is the first time this season that the Aztecs are in the rankings. They're on an 11-game win streak, which is tied for 6th longest in the country. The Aztecs sit at 9-0 in conference play for the first time since starting 13-0 in 2006. SDSU swept Nevada last week for their third straight League Series sweep. It is the first time since the Mountain West transitioned to a 3-game series format in 2012 they have swept 3 straight. Maggie Balint was named Mountain West Pitcher of the Week for the 6th time this season. She pitched in 15 of 21 innings on the weekend and has a 1.31 ERA on the season. SDSU takes on UNLV this weekend in a 3-game set. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on YourView and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal take on the Oakland Roots SC Wednesday, April 13th at 7 p.m. Support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Oakland Roots SC versus the San Diego Loyal, Wednesday at 7 on YourView.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. Main Street Living covers what's important to you today, from our street to your street. Join Cheryl, Danielle, and Quincy for Main Street Living. Mondays at 9 on YourView.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on YourView.
Hollander Dental is unique because we have been serving the Carlsbad community for over 25 years. We have a very spacious office with ample parking and state-of-the-art technology. The office has been newly renovated, so all the equipment and facility is brand new. Any patient visiting Hollander Dental can expect to be taken care of at every step of their visit.
With care and love and support. So when we're going through tough times, as dental work is and can be, they make it easy for us as patients.
Investing in your smile and your overall dental health in the long run will help you save money by preventing other medical conditions.
I would absolutely recommend Hollander Dental.
I do recommend Hollander Dental to anyone I know who needs something done.
You always want to live in the best home possible. And that's really at the heart of what our business is all about. And for over 20 years now, we've been focused on helping people get to the right property. At Move Up San Diego, we have created systems that are duplicatable because that creates the same results. Whether it's a trade-in option that we're doing a lot of right now, which allows people to be a cash buyer before they actually sell their home, or our moving concierge program, which actually helps you not just with the buying and selling of a property, but we help with the entire move. The best way to get a hold of Move Up San Diego is to either visit our website, moveupsandiego.com, or you can download our app called Move Up Homes, or you can call me direct on my cell phone at 858-204-7259.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and YourView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on YourView.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on YourView and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal take on the Oakland Roots SC Wednesday, April 13th at 7 p.m. Support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Oakland Roots SC versus the San Diego Loyal, Wednesday at 7 on YourView. If you love animals, Animal Zone is for you. From rescues to animal experts, Animal Zone is fun for the whole family. Watch Animal Zone right here on YourView, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. And visit animalzone.org to learn more about the show.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 a.m. ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.